you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. First up, we welcome back Alex and James. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets 2 chances to reach the Pointless final. This is your second and final chance. Alex, remind us how you know each other.
We are friends. We went to school together, and then we went to uni together as well.
And James, what happened last time?
Well, it was a weak subject for me, football, and took a shot in the dark, and it certainly didn't hit the target.
It was winners of the leagues, wasn't it? Yeah,
certainly.
league winners since 2000. You actually need to be quite clever, I think, to know those, don't you?
Well, or like football.
Yeah, or really like football.
Or, to be fair, if he'd said Manchester United, they would have gone through.
We talked about that a lot.
You did exactly the right thing. Your tactics were spot on. What are you hoping is going to get you through to the final round so you can win it, Alex?
Oh, I think a bit of geography didn't come up last time. A bit of history would be nice.
OK, geography, history.
Fairly general, yeah.
World geography, you good on that?
Yeah, world, bit of European, maybe EU or something like that.
James, how about you?
Well, I kind of hope geography doesn't come up, because that's another one of the weak ones down with sport.
Football again would be a disaster.
Yeah, disaster.
That would be unfair. Well, listen, a warm welcome back to the show, Alex and James. Great to have you here. And next we welcome Julie and Hannah. Now, how do you two know each other? Julie?
Hannah's my daughter.
Hannah, what do you like to get up to?
Well, I work a lot and I look after my little boy, so that takes up a lot of my time.
How old's your boy?
He's 20 months old now.
OK, so children's television is going to be good for you? Children's books?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I go to the gym as well, but other than that, it's piano, things like that, really.
Piano? How long have you been playing the piano?
Well, I started when I was about 11.
Very good. Do you play enough for music to be a strong category for you, if it comes up?
Maybe, yeah.
Julie, what's going to be good for you?
I like the American space programme. I'm quite interested.
I love
in,
the
but
American
that's-
space programme.
But that's a bit
Great.
specialised.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
But so if that came up, you'd be good on it,
I'd
would you?
be really happy about that.
Well, don't tell me about the American space program, because I've recorded it. I don't want to know how it ends.
All right. They got to the moon.
That's a space program.
No, Julie!
I-
Anything you really hope doesn't come up, Julie?
yeah, popular culture or soaps I'm not terribly good at because I don't watch any.
Hannah, do you?
Popular culture,
Yeah?
entertainment and things like that.
That'd be
So
fine.
We're completely opposite, really.
Well, that's perfect. You are the perfect partnership, then, in Pointless. Best of luck to you, Julie and Hannah. Lovely having you on the show. And next, we welcome back Chris and Lynn, who were also on the show last time. Chris, remind us how you two know each other.
I worked with Lynn's husband for a few years.
Chris, I mean, really, what we remember last time for more than anything was your fabulous answer of Preston North End. A pointless answer.
Yeah, I've been contacted by Preston in the meantime to become the new mayor. But I said no.
You said no?
No, I said no. I prefer to stay over here in London, yeah.
OK, fair enough. Lynn, what do you hope is going to come up today?
Oh, I like reading. I read a lot of crime thrillers.
Right, good.
History. Geography I'm not too bad on either. Some sport, not football, not rugby.
OK, well, lovely to have you back on the show. Chris and Lynn, you did so well last time. Let's hope that luck doesn't run out for you. And finally, we've got Alan and Evelyn. How do you two know each other, Alan?
We got married in 1969, 43 years ago.
Wonderful.
Met in the army, in the NAFI. Our eyes met. And she said, mine's a vodka and lime, and that's it. She got me.
Where are you from, Evelyn?
We live in Glenrothes in Fife.
In Fife? What do you do, Evelyn?
I'm retired.
What did you do?
I worked for the local authority as an admin assistant.
Alan, how about you? What do you like to get up to?
I'm working full-time still. I retire in 4 weeks' time, but we'll see that yet.
4
Maybe.
weeks' time?
65.
Wow.
I'll probably stay on. Very expensive woman. Yeah, hill walking when I get the chance, because Scotland's fantastic for walking.
Very good indeed. What do you hope is going to come up, Alan? What would be your perfect point?
Military history.
Any particular periods?
Right back to ancient times. Roman, Greek, love it. Sword and Sandals films, love them.
Evelyn, what would you like to come up?
Travel. We do quite a bit of travelling, visiting the children.
Where are your children?
I've got one in Australia and one in Hong Kong.
Wow. Well, welcome to the show, Alan and Evelyn. Lovely to have you here. Very, very best of luck on Pointless. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show as it goes along. There's only one person left for me to introduce. He is the founding member of a now-defunct 80s pop band, Obscurity, who unfortunately lived up to their name. He's my Pointless friend. He's Richard.
Hiya.
Hi, everyone.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Well, it's exciting about our record Jackpot. Still can't give it away.
I know, we can't.
Still can't give it away, can we? We had 2 returning pairs today. Chris and Lynn were on last time. We've also got Alex and James coming back. I think they're quite unlucky to get knocked out, as the truth. I think they're going to be a fairly good pair. Although one of them wants geography and one of them doesn't want geography, so I'm very much looking forward to round 1.
Brilliant. Now, all our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show. In order to get to the final round and be in with a chance of winning our jackpot, our contestants need to find the obscure answers those 100 people didn't get. So the fewer of the 100 who knew the answer, the fewer points you will score. Now, what everyone's trying to do, of course, is to find a pointless answer. This is an answer that none of our 100 people knew, and each time that happens, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. Nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £17,500. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, in this first round, each of you must give me one answer, and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever pair has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated, so try and make sure that's not you. OK, our first category today is countries. Countries. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many country names that contain their initial letter as they could. Country names that contain their initial letter, Richard.
Are you confused?
A little bit, yeah.
OK, yeah, this is one to get the brain working. We're looking for any country in the world which starts with a particular letter and has that same letter somewhere else in its name. So, for example, if Narnia were a real country, that would be an acceptable answer, because it starts with an N and it's got an N somewhere else in its name as well. So it has to start with a letter and also contain that same letter somewhere else in its name, please. We're just looking for the conventional English names of any country in the world.
And by country, what do you mean, Richard?
I'm glad you asked. By country, I mean a sovereign state that is a member of the UN in its own right.
OK, phew.
Absolutely right.
In its own right. Good, good. There we are. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Alex and James, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going to go first. So, James.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
as I say, geography is not my biggest subject, but
Yeah. But this is kind of names of countries, isn't
yeah,
isn't
no,
it?
you
Geography.
can work those out.
Yeah, it could be current affairs, you could almost call it.
I think I'm going to go with it's Central African Republic.
Wow. There we go, Central African Republic. Always a friend on this show. Let's see if it's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Absolutely right. There we are, James. Living up to its promise there. Lovely low score of 1.
Terrific, James. Yes, Central African Republic's been the most pointless answer we've ever had on this show. It's been the pointless answer many, many times. Scores 1, so things are looking up for the Central African Republic. Starts with a C. It's also got a C in it, obviously, at the end of the word Republic. And in the middle of the word African. Now I think about
African, yeah. That thing's just bursting with C's.
A lot of C's.
Yeah. Now then, Julie, a nice obscure country that contains its initial letter somewhere in its name.
I'm going to go for Turkmenistan.
Turkmenistan. Okay. Can you tell the way I said it very slowly that I was just checking, just scanning, thinking, really? Oh, yes. Yeah, there we go. Turkmenistan, says Julie. Let's see if it's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Turkmenistan. It's a good answer. Oh, very well done indeed, Julie. 2 for Turkmenistan.
Terrific answer, Julie. It's a very good round so far, isn't it? Yeah, Turkmenistan in Central Asia. Begins with T, got a T in it.
There we go.
That's how the round works.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Lynn. So we're looking for countries which contain their initial letter elsewhere in their name.
OK, I'm going to go for a new country. South Sudan.
South Sudan, says Lynn. South Sudan. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it, if it is. There we are. There we are. Very well done indeed, Lynn. That's It's a pointless answer. It adds £250 to today's jackpot, takes the total up to £17,750, and it scores you nothing. Always nice to welcome a new country into the fold.
No,
like that,
absolutely
isn't it?
right.
Yeah.
Perhaps it made South Sudan very much the new Central African Republic. What brilliant scoring. They really want that jackpot, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, as I say, became a member of the UN in 2011, South Sudan.
And Evelyn, we come to you.
Well, mine is not as exciting as theirs. I'm going to say New Zealand.
New Zealand, says Evelyn. New Zealand. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said it. New Zealand. £32 for New Zealand.
Yeah, it's a bigger score, isn't it, New Zealand? It's going to be tough on the second pass, though, I think, looking at the rest of those scores. Wow.
Certainly is. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Let's have a look at those scores as we are halfway through the round. The best score of the pass, Lynn, was yours. So Lynn and Chris looking very strong at this juncture. Then up to 1, where we find James and Alex. Then up to 2, where we find Julie and Hannah. And then, I'm afraid, up 30 to 32, where we find Evelyn and Alan. So, yes, Alan, you're going to have your work cut out, I'd say, in this next pass. But very best of luck with it. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, so we are looking for countries with their initial letter elsewhere in their name. Alan, you are the high scorers on 32, so we need a really nice low-scoring answer from you. Have you got one?
Yeah, I've got 2. I'm just taking a chance on one. I think it's a risky one, but hey, you only hear once.
You'll be here twice.
Yeah, twice. That's 2. How about Papua New Guinea?
Papua New Guinea. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It's right. Oh, it's a great answer, Alan. Very well done indeed. 3 for Papua New Guinea takes your total up to 35.
Terrific answer, Alan. Might have kept yourself in it there.
Now then, Chris, after that fantastic score from Lynn in the first pass, I wonder if you can equal her brilliant answer with another pointless answer.
My brain went absolutely blank, and I think of 2. One is really risky, because I don't think it's a country on itself. So I'm going to play it safe, and, well, it's the best I can come up with. No, I'll just say Aruba.
Aruba,
It's not a country.
says Chris. There's your red line. If you get below that with Aruba, you are through to the next round. Let's see if Aruba's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Bad luck, Chris. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer. Scores you the maximum of 100 points. I'm sorry, Richard.
Sorry, Chris. As you say, not a country, I'm afraid.
Now then, Hannah, you're on 2. The high scorers on 100 are Chris and Lynn. If you can score 97 or less, you're through to the next round.
Right, I'm going to say, I think it's a country, Uruguay.
Uruguay, says Hannah. Uruguay. Here is your red line. If you get below that, you are through to the next round. Uruguay. How many people said that? You've done it. It's a good answer, Hannah. Look at that 5. Very well done indeed. Our lowest total so far takes it up to 7.
Another good answer. Well played, Hannah. Yeah, Uruguay in South America.
So then, Alex, you're on 1. The high scorers on 100 are Chris and Lynn. If you can score 98 or less, you are through to the next round. Have you got a pointless answer, do we think?
Well, I had one that I was saving just in case it was close.
Do you tell us what your one thing would have been?
Well, my long shot was Trinidad and Tobago, which I'm pretty sure is a country. But because I'm not certain, I'm just going to play it safe and hope that Argentina scores less than 98.
Argentina, you're going to say Argentina. Here's your red line, nice and high. How many people said Argentina? Absolutely the right thing to do, seen you through. 24. Takes your total up to 25.
Yeah, bordering Uruguay, of course, Argentina. Good answer. If you had gone for the risk, Trinidad and Tobago is a country and was a pointless answer as well. would have added £250 to that already enormous jackpot. There's only 9 pointless answers in all, actually. We've already had South Sudan, Trinidad and Tobago would have been a second one. Let's take a look at the others, see how well you did at home. Costa Rica would have been a pointless answer. Equatorial Guinea, that's terrific if you got that. Seychelles. Solomon Islands, there's South Sudan. St Kitts and Nevis, we see that quite a lot. And whenever you see St Kitts and Nevis, St Vincent and the Grenadines is usually not far behind. That is Timor-Leste and Trinidad and Tobago. Those are the only pointless answers, so very well done if you said those. Let's take a look at the biggest scorers, the ones that most of our 100 people said. New Zealand was scoring 32. It's the third biggest scorer of all, Evelyn. 34 for Austria, and so no surprises what's top. Australia, 58.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our first round, our losing pair with the highest score, I'm sorry to say, Chris and Lynn, it's you.
Sorry. That's right.
Crying shame. Anyway, it's been lovely having you on the show. Chris and Lynn, thanks so much for playing. Great. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Now, obviously, there's only going to be room for 2 pairs in the head-to-head, so one of the teams in front of me now will be leaving us at the end of this round. I wonder which one it's going to be. Julian, Hannah, not you. Surely, after that fantastic low score. 7 was your total that round. Yeah. Very, very good indeed. And not a great deal between the other 2 pairs either. Very well played, Alan and Evelyn, and Alex and James as well. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 is pop music. It's pop music, and you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second. And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, our question concerns Scottish singers and their hit records. So, yes, Scottish singers and their hit records. Richard?
Yeah, on each pass, we're going to show you the names of 6 hit singles and the year in which they were a hit. You need to tell us the Scottish act who had a hit with that single, please. Give us a nice obscure answer. You're going to score fewer points. An incorrect answer, as always, will cost you 100 points. It's going to be 12 songs in all to guess the Scottish artists of at home. Good luck.
Thanks very much indeed. So we are looking for the Scottish acts who released these UK Top 40 singles, and here we go. We have got For Your Eyes Only, 1981, Suddenly I See, 2005, Japanese Boy, 1981, Love Is All Around, 1994, If I Was, 1985, and Baker Street, 1978. I'll read those all one last time. For Your Eyes Only, 1981, Suddenly I See, 2005, Japanese Boy, 1981, Love Is All Around, 1994, If I Was, 1985, and Baker Street, 1978. There we are, 6 UK Top 40 singles by Scottish acts. Alex, name the most obscure act.
Oh, no. I know I know the songs. It's just not so sure of the artists. The one I've got my eye on is Baker Street at the bottom. I'm not sure of his first name. So I've got 2 names in my head, and I'm just going to hope and say George Rafferty.
George Rafferty, says Alex. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said George Rafferty. Oh, no. Bad luck, Alex. I'm afraid an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. I'm sorry, Richard.
Sorry, Alex, I'll give the correct answer at the end of the pass.
Hannah.
I don't know Scottish singers at all, really. The only one that popped out for me there is Suddenly I See. And I think I know the singer. Suddenly I See, I think it's sung by Katie Tunstall.
Katie Tunstall, says Hannah, for Suddenly I See. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. It's right. Very well done, Hannah. 3. That's a great score.
Yeah, well done, Hannah. Kate Victoria Tunstall, born in St Andrews. I love Suddenly I See.
It's a good song.
That's a great song.
Now then, Alan, you're the last person to have this board. You can tidy up. You can fill in all the blanks.
Yeah. For Your Eyes Only, Sheena Easton. Japanese Boy, Annika. Love Is All Around, Wet, Wet, Wet. If I Was, Major. Baker Street, Jerry Rafferty. I was trying to find the right one. I'll go with Japanese Boy, Annika.
Japanese Boy, Annika or Anika. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people knew that answer. That's a great answer. Very, very well done indeed. Wow.
You're not short of confidence, Alan, are you? No, you did very well. Took us through the board. Actually, you also chose the best one you could have chosen there as well. So, well done. For Your Eyes Only, Sheena Easton would have scored 28. Lovers All Around, Wet, Wet, Wet would have scored 31. If I Was, Midgeur would have scored 14. And, yeah, Baker Street, it's not George Rafferty, it's Jerry Rafferty, and would have scored 30.
English masters up and down the country hated If I Was, didn't they?
Oh, because it should be If I Were.
Yeah, the subjunctive. Eluded Midgeur there. Anyway, there we go. We're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at the scores as they stand. 3, very much the best score there. Hannah, very well done. Lovely low score. Julie and Hannah looking very strong. As I have to say, are Alan and Evelyn at this point. Alex and James. Who knows what might happen on the next board, though? There might easily be lots of difficult ones there that nobody knows the answer to, in which case, James, we need you to have a brilliant, a blinding answer, lovely low score, and maybe that'll keep you in the game.
Hope so.
Who knows? Best of luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, so we're going to put 6 more top 40 singles on the board by Scottish artists, and here they are. We've got Wild Horses, 2009, Letter from America, 1987, Feels Like I'm in Love, 1980, My Old Man's a Dustman, 1960, Bye Bye Baby, 1975, and Obladi Oblada, 1968. I'll read those all one last time. Wild Horses, 2009, Letter from America, 1987, Feels Like I'm in Love, 1980, My Old Man's a Dustman, 1960, Bye Bye Baby, 1975, and Obladi Oblada, 1968. Now, remember, we are looking for the Scottish acts who released these singles, and obviously you're going to try and find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew, Evelyn. You're on 4. The high scorers on 100 are James and Alex. If you can score 95 or less, you're through to the head-to-head.
I know 3 of them. I'm going to go for the bottom one and say Marmalade.
Marmalade, says Evelyn. Marmalade for Obladi Oblada. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. There is your red line, Evelyn, lovely and high. Let's see if Marmalade can get you below it. Absolutely right. You're through to the head-to-head. 15. Very well done. 15 takes your total up to 19.
Well played, Evelyn. Written by Lennon and McCartney.
Julie, you're on 3. The high scorers remain James and Alex on 100. If you can score 96 or less, you're in the head-to-head.
I only know 2. But I think Bye Bye Baby, was that the Bay City Rollers?
The Bay City Rollers, says Julie, for Bye Bye Baby. Is it right? How many people said it? If it is, absolutely right. You're through. 41 for Bye Bye Baby. Bay City Rollers takes your total up to 44. It's good enough.
Yeah, good answer. Another #1 single, 1975. They also had an American #1 in the same year with Saturday Night. That's when you know you've made it, don't you?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Have you ever had a #1 hit in America?
Just 3, in fact.
You had 3 #1?
Yep.
Which ones?
The AA side, which wasn't released over here, which was Respect and Shunana were the two songs.
I used to love it when you guys did Shunana live. Just do a little bit of it.
Oh, I can't. Seriously, my back. Oh, I can't do that. The old Shunana.
Go on. Who wants to hear us sing Shunana?
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid you're just going to have to download it. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. James, listen, terrible news. Terrible, terrible news. You are the highest scorers even before you've given your answer. I'm sorry. But maybe there's a brilliant low-scoring answer on that board that you might know the answer to. So we need the names of the Scottish acts who released these UK top 40 singles.
Scottish pop music isn't really my forte, and don't even know if I know a Scottish pop artist. But I'll have a stab in the dark. So I think I'll go for My Old Man's a Dustman, and I'm not even sure if he's Scottish, but I'll go for Bob Dylan.
OK, Bob Dylan, let's see if that's right for My Old Man's a Dustman. If it is, let's see how many people said it. Bad luck. I'm afraid an incorrect answer, which scores you 100 points, takes your total up to an impressive 200.
You know, I think I'd be even more excited at hearing Bob Dylan singing My Old Man's a Dustman than I would hearing you singing Show Na Na. Yeah, he's not Scottish, I'm afraid. Lonnie Donegan is the answer to that one. He had a hit with My Old Man's a Dustman in 1960. Scottish-born, would have scored 25 points. Do you know any of these others? You'll know a couple of them, I bet. Wild Horses? There's a cover version.
Susan Boyle.
Susan Boyle is the right
Wow.
answer. Would have scored
Subo.
8. Letter from America?
The Proclaimers.
The Proclaimers, of course. Would have scored you 29. And Feels Like I'm in Love?
1980, I should know that.
Kelly Marie. Kelly Marie.
Kelly Marie.
Would have scored 2 points. That's the best answer on that board. Very well done if you got all 12.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score is James and Alex, and what a score. You really weren't good at that round, were you?
Go hard or go home.
Scottish artists.
Yeah, indeed.
Did you know any of them once they were put up on the board?
Maybe the Proclaimers, but that was about it, really.
Really?
Yeah, but I wouldn't have no idea that they sang that song.
Well, fair enough, fair enough. James, Alex, been great having you on the show. I'm sorry we have to say goodbye to you so soon, but you've been great contestants. Thanks for playing. But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Congratulations, Julie and Hannah and Alan and Evelyn. You are now only 1 round away from the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £17,750. You're now going to go head-to-head, and the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. The big difference is, though, you are now allowed to confer. So, Julie and Hannah, arguably, Alan and Evelyn lucked out a little bit in that last round there. It was top 40 singles by Scottish artists. Anything you'd like to see come up in this round? I'm not going to say Rich is going to necessarily pull it out the bag for you, but...
I think thanks to our jobs, we'd like a bit of biology, anatomy, things like that. But if I didn't say Bon Jovi's, I think Bon Jovi. Anything to do with Bon Jovi.
So Bon Jovi or parts of the body?
Aunties. Yeah.
OK, fair enough. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns Cockney rhyming slang. Cockney rhyming slang. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 pictures for this question, and those pictures will all represent a phrase from Cockney rhyming slang. You need to tell us what that phrase refers to, please. Very best of luck.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. Let's reveal our 5 examples of Cockney rhyming slang, and we have got A, B, C, D, and E. There we are. 5 pictorial clues, we'll say, to Cockney rhyming slang phrases. Now, Julie and Hannah, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first.
Right. Go for that one then.
We think we'll go for E because we think mince pies are eyes.
Mince pies, eyes.
We think.
Mince pies, eyes. OK.
She agreed.
Alan and Evelyn.
You think is dog and bone phone?
Dog and bone phone, say Alan and Evelyn. So we have mince pies, eyes. We have dog and bone phone. Julie and Hannah said E, mince pies, eyes. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Absolutely right. 56. 56, quite high. Alan and Evelyn have gone for dog and bone phone, C. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said phone for C. 85. Wow. So, Julie and Hannah, after 1 question, you are up 1-0. Richard.
Yeah, the 2 biggest scorers on the board there, actually. Let's take a look through the rest of them. Do you want to have a go at these? So A is pen and ink, obviously.
Stink.
Which is stink. Yep, that would have scored 47. B.
Thief.
The tea leaf. Yep, a thief. Would have scored 38. The best answer on the board is D.
Which is plod, isn't it? No.
No, it's Sweeney Todd Flying Squad.
Oh, it's Flying Squad.
Yeah, as in the Sweeney.
Yeah.
That would have scored 6 points, so very well done if you said that.
Wow. There we are. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Here comes your second question, Alan and Evelyn. This is the one you have to win to stay in the game. Very best of luck. You will get to answer it first, though. It concerns imperial units of volume. Imperial units of volume. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 imperial units of volume used to measure liquids, but we're only going to show you the first letter and the last letter with blanks in between. Can you fill in those blanks and give us the most obscure answer, please?
OK, thanks very much. So let's reveal our 5 units of volume, and here they are. P blank blank K, H blank 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 D, G blank blank L, P blank blank T, F blank 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 D, O blank 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 E. I'll read them again without the blanks, you'll be pleased to hear. P K, H D, G L, P T, F D, O E. There we are. Now then, Alan and Evelyn, you go first this time.
We know about 4 of those, but I think we'll go for the third one, Jill. G-I-double-L.
G-I-double-L. Jill or Gil, say Alan and Evelyn. Julie and Hannah. You can talk us through the board if you like.
Do you know them?
I don't know 1 and 2.
No.
4 is obviously pint.
The last one's fluid
A
ounce.
fluid ounce. I think we'll go for fluid ounce.
Fluid ounce, say Julie and Hannah. Fluid ounce. So we have Gil versus fluid ounce. Alan and Evelyn have gone for Gil. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said it. It's right. 48. Julie and Hannah have gone for fluid ounce. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said fluid ounce. This could decide who stays and who goes through. It's right. It's gone. It's gone past 48, down to 20. What about that? Wow, there's a surprise. Goodness. So, Julie and Hannah, after only 2 questions, you are through to the final 2-0. Very well done.
Yeah, very well played indeed. Alan and Evelyn, did you know any of those top 2? They both would have won the point.
Is that second one half yard?
It's not half yard, actually, so you would have lost the point. It's hogshead.
Is it
which is
peak or something like that?
It's not peak either, it's a peck.
Peck,
which is a quarter of a bushel and a peck. Hogshead would have scored 6 and peck would have scored 12, and pint wouldn't have saved you either because there's the biggest scorer up there, 88 points.
There we are. Thanks very much, Richard. So our losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, it's Alan and Evelyn. You played fantastically well. Yeah, they were quite tough, those ones. Fluid ounce. Who would have thought that was going to score less than Gil? There we are. Anyway, we will see you again next time, and that's great news, because otherwise, if you'd gone through to the final, you'd have only been in 1 show, and that would have been no good at all. We'll look forward to that very much indeed. Alan and Evelyn, thanks so much for playing. Lovely contestants. But for Julie and Hannah, it's now time for our pointless final. Well, congratulations, Julie and Hannah. You've fought off all the competition and you've won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £17,750. Our biggest ever jackpot. History could be about to be made. Pointless history. Well, you've done so well. The first round, lovely low score. Turkmenistan, Uruguay, cracking answers. You did pretty well. You weren't quite the low scorers in the second round, but then back in the head-to-head. 2-0.
I just feel like we've
Amazing.
been going through with luck. We've got here at all.
Well, you've done so well. So well. Very, very best of luck for this last round. Now, the rules are very simple. To win that money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. We've had 1 pointless answer on the show today. You only have to find 1 more now, and you will go home with that money. First, though, you've got to choose a category. You have a choice of 5 options, and they are modern artists, country music, tennis, contemporary playwrights, chemistry.
I don't know. Chemistry, isn't that all science? And
Yeah, it might be things off the periodic table.
yeah, and
I
I'm
only know
not very
about
good at that.
Contemporary playwrights and modern artists aren't really me.
Well, I would say that's modern artists. I'll say more than any of the others for me.
John, do you think you know enough about modern artists?
I think I could do.
I don't know anything, though. I'd be relying on you.
What do you know more about? Just what do you feel like you know more about on there?
In all honesty, nothing about anything.
At least you're honest. 5 categories. Need to choose one to win 17,750.
Please don't keep saying that.
No pressure or anything. Don't
Should we
worry
go for
about
modern artists? But if it is, it'll be all your knowledge, Hannah, because I know nothing.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to go for modern artists.
Modern artists. OK, best of luck. Let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many artists who have been nominated for the Turner Prize as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any artist who's ever been nominated for the Turner Prize from 1984, which is its inception, according to the Tate Britain website. So any artist who's ever been nominated for the Turner Prize. Very, very best of luck. It's a huge jackpot.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win that £17,750 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yes.
Right.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. And there they are. Your time starts now.
What's the Turner Prize?
I know one.
I'm sorry.
And I know the one that everybody's going to know, and that's Tracy Emin. And I don't know.
What actually is the Turner Prize, though? Because if I can think of what it is.
It's the one where they win it for awful art. You know.
Awful art?
Yeah.
Bad songs?
No. Well, artists say it's good art, but everybody looks at Tracy Emin's Unmade Bed and says, well, I did that this morning. It's that kind of half a cow man.
I thought modern artists was like pop music.
No.
Oh, no! OK, I know nothing about art.
Right. Well, we're going to have to...
OK.
We're going to have to make some names up then.
Right. Modern artists. So who's the one that you said?
Tracy Emin, but everybody will know that.
Let's
That
go
won't
for
be... Bill Smith.
Bill Smith and...
Let's think of some artists' names.
Leonardo da Vinci.
10 seconds left.
I don't think he's done it since 1984. No, I really don't think he'll be there. We're going to go make up 2 names.
Okay. Bill Smith and...
Time is up, I'm sorry to say. So we're looking for artists who've been nominated for the Turner Prize. I now need your 3 answers.
Well,
Hannah, I'm so sorry.
I thought it was pop, like modern artists.
I did think it was a bit weird that you knew about modern artists, to be fair.
OK, what are your 3 answers?
Well, we'll have to go for Tracy Emin.
Tracy Emin.
She's the only one I know. We'll go for somebody Smith. Think of a modern name.
Paul Smith.
Paul Smith.
Paul Smith.
Yeah. And Jones is a good name.
Yeah.
Katie Jones.
Katie Jones.
And Katie Jones.
Yeah, those will have to go 1 and 2, I think.
OK, Tracy Emin,
up.
Paul Smith and
Yeah.
Katie Jones.
Yeah.
OK, now of those 3, which do you think is your strongest answer?
Tracy Emin.
Tracy Emin, we'll put her last then, shall we? Which do you think is your weakest between Katie and Paul?
Paul.
OK, Paul Smith, we'll put him first, shall we?
Yeah.
OK, let's put them up on the board in that order, and here they are. Paul Smith, Katie Jones, and Tracy Emin.
Spelled Katie wrong.
OK, we're looking for artists who've been nominated for the Turner Prize. Your first answer, Paul Smith. Your least confident answer. You only have to find 1 pointless answer, remember, though, to win that jackpot of £17,750. So let's see. Paul Smith. Is it right? No.
Paintings aren't that good.
Bad luck.
Yeah.
No, not
They're
that
just
good.
not that good
I
at
don't think
all.
he was ever really in the running, to be honest.
No.
So unfortunately, not a pointless answer. You only have 2 more chances to win today's jackpot. Now, one of those answers you know to be right.
Yeah.
What if our 100 people just happen not to know anything about the Turner Prize? It could happen.
Cry.
It could happen.
I would actually cry.
And it would mean that you would win £17,750. Julie, what would you do with that?
Probably go on holiday.
Hannah?
I'd be happy with 750 quid. I'll be happy with the 50 quid. I can't even think about 17 grand, but I know I'll be giving it a couple of grand to her because I owe them for a car.
Very good. Well, let's hope one of these 2 remaining answers. What if it just maybe it might?
Yeah.
We're looking for artists who've been nominated for the Turner Prize. Let's hope nobody said your next answer. Let's hope it's right. Katie Jones. So, for £17,750, let's see if Katie Jones is right and if anyone said it, if it is. No!
There's a surprise.
There we are. Katie also never made it onto the Turner Prize nomination list. You only have 1 more chance to win today's jackpot. This is your last answer, your most confident shot at that jackpot. We're looking for artists who've been nominated for the Turner Prize. Your final answer is Tracey Emin. Let's see, Tracey Emin. Is it right? And if it is, how many people said it? Has to be right, has to be pointless for you to win that £17,750. It is right. So, our moment of truth. Paul Smith, Katie Jones both let us down, but Tracey Emin's now taking us down into the teens. Down she goes, 10. Well, unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, but you do still get to take home our pointless trophy, so very, very well done for that.
Yeah, unlucky. You had to guess. There's no Pauls and no Smiths on the list, and no Katies and no Joneses either.
Oh.
There's over 100 names on the list, and only 12 people scored any points at all. So it's a perfect category. If you knew your stuff about modern art, the money is there to be won on this category. Tracey Emin is actually the biggest scorer of all on 10 points. No one scored more than that. Damien Hirst and Grayson Perry were the only other people who got more than 2. So let's take a look at some of the pointless answers, though, because I know some people at home will have got this and will be kicking themselves that they're not here. Chris O'Philly, who won the Turner Prize, he's worked with Elephant Dung and all sorts of things. That's what he was famous for anyway. Jake and Dinos Chapman, the painter, sculptor, video artist Mark Wallinger. Martin Creed, who famously turned a light on and off in his Turner Prize winning show. Phil Collins. So if you had just mentioned pop artists, you might have stumbled across him eventually. Not that Phil Collins, of course. Richard Hamilton, the seminal British pop artist. Simon Starling, who turned a shed into a boat and then back into a shed. Steve McQueen, the video artist who went on to become a film director, and Gillian Waring as well. Very well done if you've got any of those at home. Essentially, if you said anyone apart from the very well-known ones, Anthony Gormley, Anish Kapoor, the ones I've already said, you just got a pointless answer. You would have won a huge amount of money. Sorry it was a bad category for you.
Did you know any of those?
No.
Well, that's a sort of relief.
Richard Hamilton. And
I don't
Steve
think it's
Greenwright,
that
isn't
Richard
that-
Hamilton, is it?
Is it the Richard Hamilton from
Top Gear.
Top Gear?
He's called Richard Hammond.
He's Richard Hammond. Oh, you missed that.
That'd be quite something, wouldn't it?
I told you we managed to come here just purely out of luck.
Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to Julie and Hannah. It's been great having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. Great contestants. Well, Julie and Hannah didn't win our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be playing for £18,750. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.